Can you hear me now? Turn my volume up just a touch here. Alright, so we're finally live. Now what we're going to be doing is, we're going to be making some templates. Alright, let's just say we go, this is one I was working on, so let me go back just a little bit. I'll tell you what we're going to find here. But basically, this right here. Alright, this fits a 450R, the X7 carbon fiber, and we're going to make a template so that basically we're going to use this shape here for the first. It's actually going to wrap over this, so it needs to come up and yeah, kind of like that. And then there's going to be a piece that goes down the side here and comes around the front. And we made that. So now we've moved on to the gas tank, and just to show you that we have that one, it's right here. So basically this is what we have. You see the pink line, this is going to be our design area, is the black, right? So no matter what I do, I want to overprint this so that when I come back in to cut this, we don't see any white outside of that. So we basically got that broken down into a couple layers. We got our template name, of course we can cut it on and off, and the contour, we cut it off, so we don't want to print that. We just, of course it shouldn't recognize it as long as this is named cut contour, just like that. Not contour cut, cut contour. So basically that's what we're dealing with. And here's our template. So anyway, we're going to make a new one. I'm going to show you how I do that. First thing I do is I made a board here, and this is just what I've been using. That's exactly how I made that. Basically I made a board, and I'm using, like, this is a small version. This was the Fox Shocks thing, and I'm using just this 5x5 section, or the 10x10, because it's bigger than 5x5. Use the next size up. Like, this is one of the longer ones, so it's going to be the 20x20, and then we got 10x10, 15x15, and 20x20, of course. So if we have decals that are bigger than that, any sections, which most of the time you don't, you're not going to have to worry about it. But if we have to, we'll come in and make a bigger box. So basically that's how we're doing this. And what that allows you to do is when you take the image, and I need to go here to, well, yeah, let's do it. Gmail. I'm going to open this up real quick. And I should have the gas tank. And this is just a small sample of what we're doing. Right, now we're going to go drag this into Photoshop. I don't need to. I guess I can close that now. And basically we're going to go to create new. Maybe it'll work. Alright, and we want this in inches. And a 5x5 will work because I know in my image that the 5x5 was exactly what I needed. So, alright, let's go back to here. I'm going to grab this image, drag it into Photoshop. Now basically all I have to do, I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark. And it's a smart object, and we want to get it away from being a smart object. So I'm just going to act like I'm going to erase it, and there we go. No longer a smart object. We can get rid of the background. So what we're going to do is distort this image. I'm going to go ahead and crop it just a little first. I'm going to go down to here. We don't want to go inside of this because that's what we're actually going to use, is that white section you see. That's all we really need. Alright, we know that our box, well, hang on, I'm going to do something else. Maybe I didn't explain this. Image, and we're going to canvas size, and we're going to make sure now that this is 5x5. When we crop that, it kind of changes it. So now what we're going to do is go to edit and transform, and we're going to distort. Now, when we grab this, We're going to make sure this white point right here is here. Right now we don't have to get it perfect. We're just going to get it kind of close to begin with. Right there. So we ain't going to be extremely accurate, but we want to be fairly close. And let's see, it's going just a touch there. Alright, and then this one should be really close. Right there. Alright, so now that we have our image, I'm just going to hit File, Save. And you can delete all these images once you're done because we'll have our template. We're going to hit Save As. And I know this goes to a Honda. It's not the 4Works. And this is the gas tank. Small, but I want to make sure this is kind of labeled right. This is a 450 TRX, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it's the TRX. And this is just a small section on the gas tank. So let's just look this up. Honda TRX 04, 05, somewhere through there. I think it's the model on it. Let's just go to images. And let's just do this. Sometimes when you look at the plastics, of course we might need the gas tank section. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, here. Yeah, it don't look right. Don't look right at all. I'm sure it probably is. It's just, it doesn't look right to me. And maybe I'm on the wrong year model. Maybe it's just a Honda 450R. I'm not real keen on all these. Gas tanks. That looks real similar to it. Maybe here. Yeah, that's not it. It's an 05. It's probably newer than that, so. Yeah, right here. And basically what this is this little section right here. And I'm just gonna look it up. You see this little section here? That's exactly what that fits. Right there. So there you have it, and this would be the large section. I may even do that in 2 separate pieces, depending on how that breaks down. I would probably do this section and then this section. But right now we're working on just this small section. I know it looks small, but this is actually what it looks like right here. All right, so well, there we go. Now we're going to create a new document here. And we know it's 5 by 5. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to go grab our image. And I got to remember exactly where I put it. We'll change all this around before long. But anyway. Right here. And you can see this is a PSD document right now, so Adobe Illustrator will open that up. Now all we have to do right here is just put that there. And we can see a little bit of green, so it's going to be close, but even if it's just a touch smaller, it's not going to hurt anything. Now we're just going to make a new layer, alright? And we're going to call this, actually we're going to call it Cut Contour. Just like that. Maybe like that. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and make another layer of that design layer. Alright. We're going to work on this section here. First thing I'm going to do is lock that so I can't move it. Then I'm just going to take my pen tool and kind of start it up. Maybe right here. Looks like a good starting point. Alright, so I can see I need to take that off. And I'm going to grab the magenta, 0, 100, and there we go. I wanted 100% magenta. So, anyway, this is how we do this. Grab that handle there just a touch. Grab that. So we're just kind of drawing this shape out. Just one trick to these handles. You always want these handles to be straight with where you're going next. Alright, so if this handle's pointed this way, it's obviously not what you want. Even if it's just a little bit off, you'll get kind of a dog leg in it. So we're going to go here. Pull that out just a touch. I want to turn the smart guys, I want that off. It's not real smart when it comes to drawing stuff. So, and here's what I'm talking about. You see how this, if you click this one, you'll see it comes straight back here. And this one's at an angle just a little bit. I'm going to just pull it down and just kind of flatten that out. That'll give you a nice smooth curve. Alright, so now we're going here. And I'm just staying in the middle of my, that's a Sharpie that I drew that with. I basically took clear tape, put over it, and drew that section out. Alright, so now let's look back, see where this handle's going. I'm going to pull it back just a touch. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just the way it works. Alright, so I'm going to pull this one back just a little. And I can probably connect those. And it comes right there. So, not looking bad. Now, this is our cut contour, okay? Now, the next thing I want to do is just unlock that. I'm going to cut that off because this is my shape. And I'm positive this is accurate. I'm 100% positive. But what I'm going to do is go ahead and move it to the center of my artboard. And once I get my other decals and stuff, I'll line all this up so that the whole design flows together. But for right now, I want it this shape right here. And let's see what I want to do with it. I can almost tell that this section is going to be the part that's up. I'm just going to turn it kind of, that's kind of how it's going to look with the total design and the other sections. Going to come right down through here. Yeah, that's how that's going to sit. So I kind of want to leave it that way, but my bounding box, if you notice, it's kind of, I don't like that being warped. So you go to Object, Transform, and you reset the bounding box. So now we got that square. And if I need to make any rotations, I can do that. So we're going to center it back on our artboard. Now I'm going to select that and do an offset path of 0.1. That's going to be my overprint. I'm going to select OK. Now this, I want to make it black, and then the black area is my design area. I'm going to go to my layers, open this up, I'm going to move that right there. Right. And this section, we're going to take the image. Actually, I'm going to take this. And that cut contour as well. I like the design, like I'm going to change that to design area. So if someone buys this, they'll know, hey, this is the design area. And then we're going to grab this, we're going to delete it. We don't need that anymore. The one thing we might need is to label this. So we're going to name this Honda 450R gas tank, and that's the way I'm going to do it, because by the time I get done, the gas tank is going to be, the whole gas tank will be on this image. It won't be 5x5, but that is the small section for this gas tank. I just want to make sure I got it laid out correct. So I'm probably going to put that in the top left corner, and I'm going to create outline. So there we go. And let me go ahead and do this. I should have put 04. Let's just go ahead and have 2004. That way they know. Now we can create outlines, which that's not too hard to change if you want to change it later. But that's exactly how I would do this. I would make sure that layers right here needs to be to the top, and there we go. So we can cut that on and off, and I promise this piece right here will fit that gas tank. And I don't even have to worry about a measuring tape. I don't have to do anything. I already have that because of the way I did it with this image. I know that box is 5x5. It's going to get me extremely close. I could probably stand to move that just a touch there, but it's, you know, it's still, you're talking millimeters, so it's not going to be a huge deal. No game breaker. Other options we have are to come in here, like if you wanted to quickly trace this, I'm just going to see what we got here. We could grab that black and another old Indian trick here. Yeah, we just painted all that black. Control Shift I, we delete everything. So now you can see we kind of got that. Got a little bit of that there to go by. So we could just send that shape and save it in our picture after we get that. We don't really need that 5x5. We just know that our canvas has to be 5x5. And we could probably do this in Photoshop by taking our brush and I got a select layer. There we go. We can take our brush and kind of get real close to kind of what we're needing. Let's grab this. There we go. You know, we could probably get that shape drawn out just by using this. Which we'd have to take our brush, come back in here with some black this way. You know, here. And I'm doing this with a mouse. I have the Wacom tablet I can do it with. But we could get that shape and get it extremely close in Photoshop before we ever send it, and then just have it vectorized. So anyway, that's how you would that's how you design these. You know, like I said, we took this one and made that. So we have that logo. We got this plate here, and that's the Yamaha. We already did it, so not too bad. And of course, we use the Naveen logo. We use each color and separate it. The Photoshop's pretty powerful. Like I said, you can take something like this. I know my canvas size is 15x15. We did it the exact same way. And the reason I put it a little farther to the top and not in the center is because I wanted about the same distance between here and here. And if you really wanted to, you could take a level across it. But, you know, I had to do a little of this once I got my image brought in and got my stuff drawn out. Because honestly, I only draw half of this. I go a little over halfway to here, draw this half, and then I just flip it to the other side so they both match. And let's just take, for example, we're going to design this. We would go to our design area, cut all those off, and this is what I was talking about and why we would use the design area here. Alright, we're going to take that. I want to hit Control C, Control Shift V, which will place another one right on top. I'm going to grab that and get rid of that. Alright, so now let's just change this to the white, just for the time being. Control G that and turn that back to black. Now we can take this section, right, and then we're going to change the color up. So we may want a really bright yellow-green color, you know. So there you go. And then, of course, we would print it just like that, and then we would turn that back on, and you can see it would cut that. What happens if we don't do that? If we have it printed just here, and then we go to cut it, if our cutter's just a little bit off, we're gonna have a white line all the way around here. You know, that's not what we want at all. So anyways, like I said, that's just a test. If you want to put I mean, you can put virtually anything there, and any kind of design you like. You can change the background color to let's just say we wanted a blue. There you go. And then let's say we want orange stroke on there. So we don't want to go that far, but .025, how about that? Around there. So now you can see we've got that. We really don't have to worry about the stroke overhanging here, because we're going to cut that out. But if we wanted to, we could come in and take care of that. And I don't see no point in it. Just to kind of show you all the techniques you could use on there. Like I said, you could do numerous things with this. Let's just take that and let's grab just that layer. Let's take the stroke off of this before I do this. Alright, so we're going to grab both of those layers and we're going to split this. Let's grab this half and that half. And let's get rid of that. Alright, so now if we had this as, let's just find us another blue color there. Alright, now let's grab this one. And we're going to grab the same color, but now we're going to take it and make it a little darker. There you go. You can see we got two little color. One just looks like a highlight. One looks like a shadow. So you can get away with doing lots of stuff on this. Now let's take this stroke back off and it'll look even better. Just like that. Now if you want to use this same line, watch this. Control C, Control Shift V. Alright, we're going to make it kind of look like it's glassy. And we would take these three. Alright. This would require a little bit of thought. You know, we don't want to get rid of this. So what I'm going to do is hit Control C, Control Shift V on that as well. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Watch this. Just going to select this section and this section. And we're going to get rid of all of that. Just like that. Now we're going to be left with that, that, and that. Make there. And we're going to make these a little darker as well. So there you go. So now you can kind of see how it, we still use that same line to go, it just looks like it's through both of them now. Just little design techniques. So to do another template to finish the gas tank, all I'd really have to do is get the other two parts together. But this is my template, so I want to get back to just my template. Alright, I'm just going to weld those back together there. And I'm going to turn them black. Thought I turned it black. There we go. Back to my layers. I still got a section here that I need to get rid of. And we're good. So now I'm just going to hit File, Save As. Templates, Honda 0405. Gas tank. There we go. So that's really all you have to do to create your own templates for ATVs. I'm going to get to work doing the other ones, and maybe I'll walk you through how I did it again, just so you have a good understanding of how it's done.